Hey, welcome back, team. We are walking through the different character options that are available to us through Tap Untap Burn Elemental Key, which is on the DMsGuild right now. You can grab it, read the entire thing. It's full preview, or you can grab it at a 33% discount in the Color Mana Spell Point Core KT bundle, which is also on the DMsGuild. It's got all these different mana products inside of it for you to throw away spell slots for good. Today we're going to continue our conversation. We're going to look at the Art of Mobility. So this is replacing Patient Step, Step of the Wind, and Unarmored Movement in the player's handbook. So while you're not wearing heavy armor or wielding a shield, you gain the following benefits. First off, your speed increases by 10 feet. This bonus increases when you reach certain monk levels, as shown in the increased movement column of the monk progression table above. So we discussed this in the past couple sessions, that the increased movement scales from 10 to 30, as you would expect in the player's handbook, except that it's just pacing every time your max key limit increases with a new spell level. The speed that you're moving also scales with it. It's just logical progression to make life easy for you to think. Let's see. Art of Mobility. Your speed increases. Here's something that is often complained about. As a bonus action, you can take the dash, disengage, or dodge action. So, as we discussed in the last session, it's kind of like the monk is expected to be a skirmisher, kind of like the rogue. That's how it gets compared a lot. That you move in, you stun, and then as your bonus action, you get out. But the problem is that you're going to use a point of key to stun, and then you're going to have to use a point of action to disengage. And so you're burning through your key too quickly to do things that classes like the rogue can just do for free. So if we are reconfiguring this to act as a martial half-casting class, more akin to the paladin or the ranger or the artificer, we want to make sure that you're going to be able to use your key to do spell casting things and have less costs associated with just functioning as a core class. So these actions, dash, disengage, these were things that cost key for you to use as a bonus action each round. Now you are able to use them at no cost, except for, of course, it's going to consume your bonus action, which means that you don't get your extra attack from the Art of Battle or Martial Arts, depending on which option you choose to take. It also doesn't let you use Flurry of Blows or any number of other bonus things that you could potentially be doing. So you are choosing, instead of having to spend your key points on top of action economy decisions, you are now just making action economy decisions without having to further worry about key expenditure. But there's a lot more going on here. When you take damage from falling, but your hit points total is not reduced to 0, you can choose to ignore the prone condition. It's superhero pose landing. Normally, if you take damage when you take a fall, unless you have something special that says otherwise, you end up being prone. And of course, if you reach 0 hit points, you're incapacitated, which also means you are prone. So this resolves the issue of you surviving the fall, taking 0 damage from it, but you still fall down, and it's just a quality of life improvement. You hit the ground running, as it were, without having to take any extra action to slap the dust off of you at first. Starting at 5th level, you have access to 2nd level spells. So, starting at 5th level, during your turn, you can tap or lock key to sustain the following effects. Instead of burning a point of key for a single round of activity, this is something that you can now sustain as though it were a concentration spell. And we discussed this a couple of sessions back. We're looking at the Tap Untap Burn mechanics, where you're tapping spells to maintain concentration as though it were a concentration spell, or you're locking the key, which effectively lowers your total casting level to guarantee that you aren't having that taken away, unless, of course, you get knocked unconscious, start a long rest, or a Dispel Magic is used against you to disrupt the effect. So, starting at 5th level, during your turn, you can tap or lock one key to sustain the following effects. You gain a climbing speed. equal to your walking speed, and you can move up, down, and across vertical surfaces while leaving your hands free. That's also called spider climb, so which is a concentration second level effect. It's a little less expensive to use it here than it would to use the normal second level spell, but that's one of the advantages built into being a monk. You're effectively, whenever you tap or lock one key, you're effectively casting spider climb on yourself without the benefits of you're still gummed up by webs, but you gain that verticality that you want. In addition, let's see. Furthermore, your jump distance increases by a number of feet equal to your monk level. And again, this is a sustained effect, so you can use jump over and over again. So if you want to get up the side of a mountain quick, you can tap into this and you can use your jump to be able to scale up feet faster. You've got a climbing speed and you've got a good vertical jump speed, so you can make movement quick, and you're locking or potentially tapping and risking the loss of your key to do so. So it's a fair exchange. And then starting at 9th level, when you have access to 3rd level spells, your max key limit is 3. You can, during your turn, you can tap or lock 2 key to move across any liquid surface as if it were solid ground while you sustain the effect. It doesn't say burn a pointed key and you can run across water and you have to end on a solid surface someplace else. This is effectively water walking. Granted, if the surface is going to cause you damage, it'll continue to do so. But if you're on a water adventure, you could theoretically lock this key, drop your effective casting level by 2 levels, and while you're taking a short rest, you could just sit on the ocean surface and meditate. That is an incredibly waterbender thing to do. That's a very Avatar thing to do. It's just making better use of the mechanics that already inside of the player's handbook. It's honestly, it's a little ridiculous to have to choose between burning a key to run across water or to do a stunning strike or flurry of blows. This is more of a quality of life thing. It's a fun magic trick that isn't defining as a class at all, so it shouldn't be competing directly for the mana that defines your class. So when we come back, we're going to look and talk about missile deflection. So stick around and we'll be right back. Thanks for being here.